Hello, everybody. Tim here for a review, but not a movie review. Today we're reviewing The Defenders. This is season one of the newest Marvel Netflix series. And what it is it's the culmination of everything that we've been leading up to in the Marvel Netflix world up to this point, which is Daredevil seasons 1 and 2, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and it's all coming together to create the Defenders. So what I'm gonna, I've never reviewed TV before, but I'm gonna treat it like it's a movie because I think that's like the biggest compliment I can give the Defenders is that this was the first show I've watched in a while where it didn't feel like a TV show. I love Daredevil seasons 1 and 2, but there are episodes in there that just drag because it's just they're trying to stretch it out to 13 episodes. The Defenders is only 8 episodes long, so everything is really tight. It always moves. It always has your interest, and it feels like this 8 hour long movie that you're just super, super invested in. It's a very quick binge. I binged it over the course of 2 days, and I really, really enjoyed it. The criticism I've been hearing a lot is that the first couple episodes are slow. I actually found them quite interesting. I was excited to see how all of these heroes that we've been leading up to would come together, and I found it quite interesting. But my biggest compliments about the show. Let's get into some of the things that I really really liked about the show. First off is Charlie Cox as Daredevil and Matt Murdock. He is the definitive Daredevil. We've really only seen one other big adaptation of the Daredevil character, and that was Ben Affleck's film in 2003, which is a movie I actually don't hate. I think it's a bad movie, but I don't hate it. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. But Charlie Cox is so good in this role. And you know what? Pretty much across the board, I feel that way about the cast. I don't know a ton about these characters other than Daredevil, but I thought was great as Jessica Jones, and I didn't love the first season of Jessica Jones, but I thought she was great as the character. Same with Mike Colter as Luke Cage, and here's the thing: I know nothing about Iron Fist other than what I've learned from the Netflix series. And a lot of people were complaining, Finn Jones, he's just whiny, he's not good as the part. For me, it's kind of whatever because I have nothing to go to back up like what the Iron Fist should be like. So to me, he worked as kind of like the young kid who doesn't really know what he's doing in this group of more experienced anti-heroes. So he actually kind of worked for me in the show. I know that's the unpopular opinion, but it's just my opinion. As for the villains, Sigourney Weaver is the big bad here, and I thought she was excellent in the show. Very scary throughout the season. I thoroughly enjoyed her, as well as I'm not going to pronounce it right, but I believe it's Elodie Young, who plays Elektra, and she's back, and so that's a thing. She's great in this season. Very, very interesting where they took her character, and if you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. And all around the board, just all of the performances really, really great and strong throughout the entire season. Another highlight of a character is Stick. Stick is back, who I didn't love in the first couple seasons of Daredevil. Every time he showed up, I was kind of, those weren't my favorite episodes, but I really liked him in this Defenders. I thought he was really great. He added a little bit, gave some background, and gave us some information that we needed. And then, he didn't overstay his welcome, but he was around for a few episodes, and I enjoyed him in this season. Now to get to things that I didn't like. There's only really like a couple things. I wish they would have utilized some of the more side characters more, but I understand why they, couldn't, because we're so focused on Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Like, we want to make sure that we give them enough screen time so people like Foggy and people like Karen fall to the wayside. I thought they just focused on people that, didn't need as much focus. Like, I enjoy the character of Misty Knight, but I thought that she was in it way more than Karen or Foggy, who are characters that I'm much more invested in. And that might be because there's been 2 seasons of Daredevil, and only one of Luke Cage, but that's just how I felt. I really enjoyed Colleen. I thought she was a little overused. Granted, she's probably the best part of the Iron Fist series. But I still feel like, they gave her a little too much. But if you've seen Iron Fist, and especially if you've seen the Defenders, you understand why they used her. I just wish they would have cut back just a little bit. And then my only other complaint actually has to do with a spoiler. So I'm not going to get too into it, but basically the ending of the final episode of the season finale, it was very cliche. It wasn't bad, but it was just like, yeah, okay. Like, I guessed it, what was going to happen. I was sitting with my fiance saying, okay, this is what's going to happen, then this, and then this, and then this, and it played out exactly like I thought. It was just very cliched, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just, I was hoping that it would be taken in a different direction. And if you've seen the show, you know exactly what I mean. So anyway, guys, yeah, those are my very quick and muddled thoughts on season 1 of The Defenders. Overall, I'm excited for what's coming next in this Netflix universe. I'm really looking forward to The Punisher, which is going to be the next series, and then Daredevil season 3, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist season 2 of those, and then hopefully eventually another season of The Defenders. So I'm really looking forward to what's to come. It's all looking good from here. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. If you liked this review, hit that like button and hit subscribe. There's going to be more TV on the horizon with the series. Or the season finale, excuse me, of Game of Thrones coming up next week. I will be recapping and talking about the entire season up to this point, or the entire season, and what I thought about it. And then with the new seasons of shows like Arrow, Flash, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., The Inhumans, all that stuff starting up, I'll be talking about that if something big happens. Get into some TV a little bit. So, as always, guys, though, thank you so much for listening, and until next time, have a good one.